Hello and welcome to episode 76 of the Focus on Gaming podcast. My name is Duncan. I'm joined by Tom.
How you doing?
Hello, all good. And on this episode, we will be chatting about more Switch 2 leaks. Sega are thinking about a subscription service, and Notch has said about a sequel to a certain blocky game. So, Happy New Year! It's 2025. Yay! We're actually recording this in 2025 as well.
It's gone fast.
Yes. Do you have a good Christmas?
I did. We were sick through the whole thing, but it was enjoyable all the same. So
excellent. Now,
yourself?
I'll give people a preview of a future episode, or maybe a bit today. Did you get anything gaming, or did your boys get anything gaming for Christmas?
They got a PlayStation Portal.
Excellent. And on that news, right, Switch 2. No, I think so. I said about the Switch 2 and everything. We'll start with PlayStation Portal. Have you played it enough to review it?
I've observed it more than played it, but I've had a little go.
Okay, so the visuals you can probably have a good say on.
Yeah, I'd say PS4 Pro visuals. So that's really good.
Okay. Well, isn't it PS5 streaming though?
PS5 streaming, but it's downgraded for the streaming. So, but visually,
in terms of the resolution, yes.
Yeah. But you wouldn't notice much difference, to be honest with you. But it's great. I mean, you've got 150 games you can cloud stream without owning a PS5. That's
as long as you stream to PlayStation Premium, which is pretty much
$13.99 a month. Yeah. That's going to expand over the coming months. So eventually you're going to have the whole PS streaming catalog available.
Excellent.
And if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi, you can stream your PS5 collection. However,
how was the screen though? How did the screen look?
Absolutely perfect. No issue at all. Absolutely
nice and bright
great screen, great control.
No pixelization.
Nope, it's very. And we took it to the mother-in-law's, and they played it there, and it played perfectly. The only thing I have found, and if our users know a fix on this, be interesting. So we have a mesh system. I use the Google Mesh system in our house to expand the network. Okay. If your mesh system isn't, I haven't tested this yet, but apparently you have to Ethernet the mesh to the PlayStation in order to it to connect. So the portal won't connect to a mesh system over Wi-Fi. It will only connect to the original connection on.
I mean, I have a mesh system, and the older devices sometimes struggle because I have a printer that is very old, because who buys a printer nowadays? But I have a printer that's very old, and when I go into the Wi-Fi of that printer, because it is new enough that it has Wi-Fi, but it's very old anyway. It comes up with 3 different Wi-Fi settings, access points, and it won't connect to any of them.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, the mesh system
that's a very old thing.
Has X's against it to say it's not an available connection. So, and our connection downstairs doesn't reach upstairs, so it has to be on the mesh system. But apparently, if you connect an Ethernet cable, it will work. I haven't yet tested it. We shall see. But that's the only sticking point. A very annoying sticking point, I might add.
Is one of your mesh nodes near your PlayStation?
Yes, upstairs in the boys' bedroom. It's right next to it.
Oh, there you go. So
hopefully the Ethernet will work.
Access the dad box of wires.
Yeah. I'm up in the loft tomorrow, so we'll.
You was kept in the loft? I mean, I'm sitting here at the desk now, and I'm just looking at mine with awe. It's so full, it's bursting. Literally.
Well, I would say no, and we'll do a size comparison here because that's what men do. We're talking 10 grand's worth of, or in excess of 10 grand's worth of retro gaming collecting for 20 plus years.
I've no doubt that you're probably more. No, I'm talking about. I mean, mine's got everything from. I'm just looking at it. It's got battery covers for Xbox controllers, probably 3 different extension leads. Got probably 30 Ethernet cables and USB-C cables and charger cables for things that I probably don't own anymore. Kind of thing. You know, the thing that somebody goes, I've got a PDA from 2001 and I can't charge it. Like, I've got that cable.
I found a Sony Ericsson charger and battery from a mobile in the 90s in that collection of wires. But mine is so tangled that it's taken on a life of its own. In fact, I'm surprised it's not gained a voice and legs.
Well, you never know. Just leave it to grow.
Yeah, all in all.
So we will, in a future episode, I think, have a full review when you've seen whether you get some artifacts while playing or whatnot. It's touchscreen as well, so it will help. Obviously, you sometimes need that kind of thing.
And it's very, very light. I mean, you're talking, God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's less than a toilet roll.
Oh, okay.
It's really light.
That's surprising.
Yeah, really light. And
I suppose the screen has nothing much in it.
No.
If that makes sense, compared to a tablet that has the processor and the graphic and the memory and all this. And although this does have processors and all that, it doesn't need quite the oomph of a tablet that needs to natively do something.
And I think that's what works. One of the other sticking points I found, and there's not many negatives, but I found 2. The other sticking points is you can't use Bluetooth earphones on it. You have to buy the Sony PlayStation.
Oh, the dual sense buds or something. Yeah,
they're the only things that work. So,
which are not particularly cheap, are they?
No. So by the time you've invested in all of that, you're knocking probably about $1,000, I think it is.
Because obviously not having a PS5 is possible, but would you really want one at the moment if you didn't have it?
So yes, but it's worth it. It's great. I would definitely recommend people buy one. And Sony have been saying that people that have a Portal tend to spend more time gaming.
Oh Jesus! £200 the buds are.
Yes.
Oh, I thought when people said they were expensive, they were going to be like £100. Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I look at AirPods and go, why do people? I mean, they're good, and these apparently are very good, but
yes,
just let people have Bluetooth audio. It's quite.
It will happen. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's a software update. I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not technical.
Well, it has the if it can do the PlayStation ones, then it can do any kind of Bluetooth. So this is
it's. I think there's a mixture of hardware and software because some things. That I've had in the past have been like, nope, you can't use Bluetooth audio or you can't use third party this or whatever. And then 6 months later, like, you can now.
Yeah.
So
I think it's inevitable. But as I said, these are small things compared.
It's a minor gripe. Is there a USB-C or 3.5mm port that you could use a headset?
There is USB-C. As far as I understand it, it's just for charging.
It's just for charging. Okay. Well, if anybody knows differently, let us know. I'm sure people would.
Yeah.
Anyway, so right, on to the things that we were actually going to talk about. So, it's been Switch 2 leak heaven the last couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yes,
to the point where we've even seen the insides of what is likely a Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe there was a list of hardware, and it was 12. I'm going to get the list up now, but I believe it was it 12 gigabytes of memory. Hang on, I'm just going to get it up. But yeah, so somebody posted the internal board of a Switch 2, and there was labels on the parts and whatnot, so people could tell how much there was, and like how much memory there was, what the processor was, and such like. I'm just trying to find it.
Fortunately, I think most of it matched with our leak that we provided
Yeah.
for Christmas. So well done us.
Yeah, so there has been a leak of. There's been many leaks of the joycons being magnetic, and yeah, what has happened with a leak that happened this week, I believe, was somebody showed a case on a Switch 2 Joy-Con, and it meant that the top buttons are quite a bit bigger.
Yep. And they got trigger actions on them as well. I can't remember what
Yeah, so I think that being magnetic thing, I think is going to be. There's a lot of points of failure still, but it will be a game changer in terms of the fact that they don't have to have the slotting mechanism on there, because that meant that you had to have small this and small that, and something couldn't be there because, whereas now technically they could just have anything they want and just have magnets underneath.
I also heard that the dock is slanted, is at an angle. So I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that it's.
Ooh, there was a dock photograph, but it was just from a front, I think, so it didn't really show it. Yeah, so 12 gigabytes of RAM, an NVIDIA Ampere chip, which apparently is, I think, a chip from 2020, but that's a bit better than I think it's the Tegra X one that's in the Nintendo Switch, which is now from about 2011 or 2012 or something.
It's well old.
Like that.
Yeah.
So I think even when it came out, it was old, because I had a Tegra. I don't know if it was the next one, but a Tegra chip tablet. Ooh, yeah, probably 13, 14 years ago, something like that. So the Switch is really showed its age, and Nintendo do the best with the hardware, so they don't need the Ryzen. The Zen 2 chip that's just been announced. They don't need that. They need something that they can work well with. And I think the 12 gigabyte RAM, that will mean that a lot of games will work a lot better, and you'll be able to have a lot more expansive games that have to load in a lot more. So looking good. Anything particular that you're most excited for, or is it just?
Well, I've heard that Mario Kart 10 is going to be an in-box release that comes with it. So I don't know what
happened to number 9.
Haven't we already got it?
No.
Well, maybe it's number 9 then. But anyway, so yeah, apparently it's going to be an in-box game. I would think that's probably going to be a rehash of the last one with extra tracks. It'll probably be like a deluxe one, and then they'll release Mario Kart 10 as an addition later on.
Well, it looks like Mario Kart 9 announcement trailer by Nintendo Switch was a Rickroll. So there you go. So it should be Mario Kart 9. But I'm going to be the negative Nancy here. Let's face it, they're probably going to re-release Mario Kart 8. And probably go, okay, you've paid for all these courses. Okay, we'll include all of those in this £70 game. And then they will go, we're also going to release some more that you can also pay for. And I think it'll be Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are going to be re-released with 4K textures and all this kind of thing. Because if they can run it as they did on the Switch, then hopefully the Switch 2 should be able to run them quite well. Obviously, most things, modern things, will get a remaster. You'll get a Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Super Mario Wonder re-release that will have extra this or extra levels, and I'd love a Super Mario Maker 3. That's what I'd love that.
Yeah, I enjoyed Super Mario Maker.
It was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these people who plays the ones you see on YouTube where somebody's jumping, spinning, sliding, and if you make a pixel mistake, you're dead. I don't do those kind of levels, but you'd have so many good levels that people would do, and it was satisfying. You get a few that were rubbish, or obviously somebody had uploaded a test or something like that. But generally, you'd get really good levels, and you'd be able to play easy ones, up the difficulty or whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed
I
it.
thought it was great. I had it on the Wii U.
Could you imagine a Super Mario Brothers Wonder style graphics? Yeah, the more modern Switch graphics, but with a Super Mario Maker, so it looks proper good with all 4K.
I've never played Super Mario Wonder.
So it is good. It is good. I'm not a Nintendo preacher, but that is a very good game.
Or an owner as well, Duncan.
No. I know plenty of people who've got Super Mario Brothers Wonder though.
Yeah.
I would love to play Astrobot as well. Astrobot, just
great game.
Superb. It looks so good, and it's one of the very few games that I've gone. Oh, I wish I had a PS5 to play that.
You should buy one.
Nah, because I'll be starting from nothing. With no games and
it wouldn't take you long, and you know it.
I don't actually buy that many games. In the last 4 years, I've probably bought about, in terms of full price or reduced games, probably 15 games, which I know is a lot more than some people, but I'm not somebody who plays games for 500 hours or 1,000 hours. Yeah.
How many games do you own roughly?
On Xbox or everything?
In general.
On Xbox, I think Xbox and Steam, I think I'm on just over 1,000 each. So that's 2,000. No. I mean, Xbox is over 17 years though. So if you look at it that way, then that's still quite a lot, isn't it?
You're not really winning this argument.
Plus the fact that I have had Game Pass as well, so there's an extra 400 games.
True.
But Steam, it's excusable because Steam, that's the best game you can play is buying more games and not playing them. But also you get lots of bundles, and that's what I bought. I mean, I had things like Humble Bundle Choice for about 3 years. Because I used to get it. They had it originally. It was really cheap. It was about like £5 or something a month, and you used to get 7 or 8 games. And then when they revamped it, because Humble was sold to a for-profit company, I think, they let you keep the classic one. So I didn't want to stop it, because if you stopped it, you had to then pay £8 a month. So I kept the classic, even though I didn't have a PC for about 2 or 3 years of that. And my amount of games I had just went up and up and up and up and up. And and now since I've had the Steam Deck, I've probably bought, even if they're only a few pence, I've bought at least 1 or 2 a month kind of thing. But some months I'll be like, let's buy about 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, it's worth it sometimes, because you do find something quite special at times, and you think,
well, just don't forget the one that I told you and Martin about, and that's the P-Sim. That was 79 pence, where you just pee on everything and destroy it. Yeah,
it's right up your street, that.
Yeah, PIISIM for anybody who wants to play it. It's highly recommended for the price. If it was full price, it would not be worth it. Absolutely not.
You just love peeing on things, let's face it.
But Switch 2, actually, back to that, I will say we did have the bet on about when it was going to be released and when it was going to be announced. You said Christmas, so you've already lost that one, I'm afraid.
Did I?
Yeah, you said December. You did, yeah.
Yeah.
So I said January, so I'm running out of time. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I say I'm running out of time. It's only the 6th when we're recording, so
Well, apparently it's going to be June, I think, 6th or something.
I think they've got to announce it this month, haven't they?
It has to be. I mean, they are riding the wave of free press.
Yeah.
So
And they'll just go, well, it's the worst kept secret. Well, although
loving
they'll say
life,
in Japanese,
aren't they?
Yeah. So I'm still going to stick with January, and I can't remember when I said that they would be released. I definitely said announcement in January. So Tom, our predictions: Tom, announcement for Switch Christmas, release March, April, most likely March. Duncan, announcement for Switch 2, January, release April. Oh, so we might have jumped the gun with the release if it is June. But we will see. Hopefully this flipping month. My goodness. And also Keith posted on he said January and a release May. So maybe he might be correct. I mean, a summer release? Is a summer release good, do you think? Because obviously most of these things are released in sort of autumn, winter kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think if we do get the June release, I think that works really well because then you're establishing.
I suppose all the scalpers will be done by Christmas time as well.
And then you're going to be looking at the Christmas rush. I think it just makes sense, and it gives them enough time to wind down the Switch, the initial Switch, so that people buy the second one.
Well, as you said, only time will tell. But Nintendo, get your ass into gear. And yeah, get it out. And be clear this time, so we don't have another Wii about what it is that people are buying, because we don't want parents buying things for kids. And yeah, it's got to be 100%. I mean, it is pretty much confirmed that it's backwards compatible, but we don't know whether that means in a cartridge sense or in a digital sense.
Well, looking at the chipset, it's cartridge based.
Yeah, it should be cartridge based. So yeah, it shouldn't matter if Granny goes out and buys little Timmy a Switch 2. He should still be able to play all his games. I think they've got to make their online a bit. Their being able to log in and download all my games easier, because at the moment the whole this is mine, so it's got all my accounts on it. You need to have it more easier, where I can log in on that and that's my Switch.
Yeah.
But equally, and there's all my games. That's what they're going to do. I think Xbox have made that very easy, and Sony as well. Nintendo are often, what's the word? Obtuse? Yes, obtuse. So awkward for the sake of being awkward.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe they're loosening it up a little bit recently.
Yeah. Hopefully multiple accounts on a single Switch as well.
That would be good. I mean, you can have multiple accounts in terms of the user, but it's very difficult to have to sign in with multiple online paid accounts.
Yeah, so I just want it where, like, if you've got an account and I've got an account and I come round to yours, I could log in and go, look, I own that game, let's play it.
Yeah, we don't have that joy yet.
Right.
What's next?
Sega. They have announced that they're thinking still, so they haven't actually announced it coming out, a subscription service. Now, I think part of this, one of the people who works for it said, we are not a retro service company.
And we all laughed.
And we went, yeah, you are. Now, they aren't. I mean, they are very much got their fingers in many pies now. We were looking it up. They've got the 2 Point games. They've got the Yakuza games. They've got Sports Interactive that they publish. There are many, many games that they publish that aren't just Sonic.
Yeah.
And aren't just Golden Axe and aren't just Altered Beast and basically Mega Drive and Master System and Dreamcast games. But I think if we went through their list of every single game that Sega had published, probably at least 40% of them would be Sonic.
Oh, absolutely.
And then if you put in all the things like Street of Rage and Golden Axe and all that kind of thing, the Yakuza games and Football Manager games do start looking like a smaller percentage. But it all comes down to, I think, is this a £10 a month thing, or is this a similar to EA Play, where we got all these games? I don't know, give us 25 quid a year and you can play them all.
I think it's got to be in line with Nintendo, isn't it? Like 20 quid a year, something like that.
Yeah, like Nintendo Online. If it's like that, absolutely yes. Joe, I'd think about it myself. Something like Amp-Stream Arcade, but cheaper.
Yeah.
And especially if it has like an online... The old Sega Classics that you could get that had you had a room that you could go in and different screens had different games. And if you could have online and, leaderboards and all this kind of thing, if you had that, yeah, great. I'd subscribe.
My missus would love the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. And could you imagine having like all the Mega Drive ones, all the Master System ones, having the Sonic Adventures, having the Xbox 360 ones, except for Sonic Generations, but then also having your Sonic Mania, having your Sonic Frontiers, and now you've got the Sonic Generations X Shadow or whatever it's called in 2025, winter 2025. They go, right, we're adding that to the thing. Make it like your EA Play. And I'd probably buy that. I mean, because I used to pay for EA Play before it was added to Game Pass, because it was great. It meant I could play loads of different football games. I could play loads of shooting games, all their adventure games, all the BioWare games, everything. It was fantastic value for £20 a year. But if they don't do that and they go, you can pay us £15 a month, not happening. Absolutely not.
I think
what would be the most that you would pay if they said every single Sega game from
20 quid a year,
2021 and earlier?
20 quid a year.
So that, don't forget, this would include not only the Sonic games, but all the Yakuza games, or if you like, Football Manager games.
20 quid a year.
20 quid a year? There you go.
Because we have too many subscription services at the moment.
Yes. I think it has to be an annual price, and an annual price that is accessible. Because let's face it, it to play Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, I could get the ROM for that quite easily.
Yeah. So,
but the fact that if I wanted to pirate, so like the Yakuza games, they're going to be 20, 30, 40 gigabyte and whatnot. So if I could just go, I subscribe to that, boom, got it, rather than to pirate and all this kind of thing. Having access to the retro games and the modern games, and the 2 Point games are great. This year we've got 2 Point Museum coming out. Which obviously wouldn't be on the subscription service at first, but you got 2 Point Campus and 2 Point Hospital, which are great fun. Yeah, so I think having the good mix of the old and the new, I think I'd raise the bar a bit. I'd maybe pay up to £30 a year. No doubt, some like CD keys and whatnot would have it cheaper anyway.
So I remember Sega saying they weren't going to do any, which was recent. They said they weren't going to do any new mini consoles. So having a subscription service made sense, really, because it's a constant earner, whereas a mini console is just a one-off.
Oh, everything is subscription nowadays. Was it BMW who have a subscription for the seat warmers?
Do they?
in their cars. Yeah.
I don't know.
To activate them, not to have them in there. They were already in there, but to activate them.
Crazy.
I think it was BMW. I'd be happily corrected that I was different automobile manufacturer. I don't know, but yeah, there was one of them that was like, yeah, if you want to warm your ass, you've got to pay us, And it wasn't anything like pay us £20 a year. It was like £30 a month for something or other pack, a pleasure pack or something.
Kia do that as well.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, subscriptions are the way forward for businesses. That's for sure. They're not really. I mean, at the end of the day, I would love it if I bought, let's say, Streets of Rage 2, and I want to own it on every single device that comes out. That would be great.
It had a mobile release, didn't it?
Oh, Streets of Rage and all that have had releases on everything, I think. Yeah, I think it's had mobile because you could get Sega Classics on mobile. Yeah, there was a Sega Classics brand, but they have also said in the last year that they are bringing back a lot of their older IPs. So there's Shinobi, Jet Set Radio, I think Golden Axe. Was it Golden Axe? Yes, I think so. And a couple of others. So maybe have like Ubisoft and EA and all that, have a premium subscription that has all their new games as well. But that one you do have to pay. I think Ubisoft Plus is £15 a month. And a lot of people, because it's not you're not bound to a contract. So a lot of people, things like Star Wars Outlaws, if you wanted, you could just subscribe for a month, play the game to death, and then unsubscribe. Done.
Massively discounted at the moment. That is on PlayStation Network.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, it was. I think on Xbox it was down to something like £30 or something like that. Which Ubisoft games are. They are actually pretty good at reducing games. It's also been Assassin's Creed Day recently, so I think all the Assassin's Creed games are massively reduced.
So, breaking news.
I think I own most of them anyway. Breaking news.
So apparently there will be a Nintendo announcement this week.
Ooh. So we recorded this on the 6th, so which I am releasing the episode tonight, but the evening of the 6th of January.
It's probably going to be like Xenoblade or something like that.
So what is this from a reliable source?
Well, if you class Metro as just flagged up on my phone, Mr. Adam Starkey has said there is a coming this week.
They are a clickbaity source. Let's just say that they're like, this one person on Reddit said this thing.
I just read one of the other headlines, which will bring us on to our next subject. But Minecraft 2 announced by disgraced creator Notch, but doesn't involve Mojang. How is he disgraced?
I mean, he's been a bit. I think he went a bit right wing. I think was it him who went a bit right wing? Notch controversy. There we go. He promoted QAnon and transphobic comments.
Oh,
so yeah, he's sitting there with his millions in the bank. I know he made $2.5 billion from the sale of Minecraft, so whatever. But yeah, so he has stated, what was it? Basically, he said, I've got an idea for a new roguelite, or shall I just make Minecraft 2? Because I'd be happy with that cash grab. Now, he did clarify in that he could not make Minecraft 2 without Microsoft's permission, because he would get the absolute crap sued out of him. Because he has nothing to do with Minecraft anymore. Absolutely nothing. He's not on any board.
They
He's
got
not.
rid of
He
him.
doesn't work for Mojang. Nothing. He basically sold and ran. Yeah.
Don't blame him.
So, hello.
I said I don't blame him.
Oh. Yeah. So now Minecraft 2. Do you see a point in it?
I think it would be fun, having the realism and maybe a complete 4K, high definition, real world.
What it is Minecraft uses a thing called voxels. That's how it can render that many blocks and random chunks and all this kind of thing. So the voxels, instead of doing a shape, it does a point in the world, in the 3D world. So it's basically a bunch of coordinates. I think I'm oversimplifying it, and I'm not a game developer. And obviously the interaction of the world is what makes it fun.
Yeah.
But the actual graphics are a point in the world. Now, other than making the points in the world closer together, you're not going to make the blocks any less blocky.
No.
You know what I mean? So it just mean if you put them all closer together, it just means that it would take forever to dig something out.
Yeah.
But the textures on these blocks, yes, they could get better. Plus, as we see with the PC mainly Java version, shaders can make it look beautiful. And you can get high-res textures.
I don't really see the point in it personally. I think it's not necessary. I think they could do an enhanced store to allow for enhanced graphics and things like that. But all in all, I think
and that's the thing. We've got
too much clout.
Yeah, we've got so many mods and people invested financially in Bedrock version, even in the Java version. And I think if you brought it out, it would have to be backwards compatible, which I think most of the developers probably at Mojang would go, we've got something that's compatible with Minecraft. It's called Minecraft. And although it may be a patchwork, the Java version may be a patchwork of this, and a lot of game developers would go, oh God, that's probably a nightmare to work with, and all of this kind of thing. It works with this, that, and the other, and works with loads of mod tools and all this kind of thing. And there are whole worlds that people created and servers that are so invested in it that something would be, like it would just be a prettier version of what is already there. So why not, if you can already do the pretty version with shaders and such like,
why bother?
Why bother with a Minecraft 2? So I think
got a dedicated PS5 version coming out imminently. So
they've been saying about shaders on consoles for like since the Xbox One era.
Yeah.
So if that will happen, I don't know. But shaders on PC look fantastic, and some people's videos that you look on YouTube, and it's I installed them once on a PC I had years ago, back in the early days, and my PC just went, okay, so would you like to play this at 1, or would you like to put down the prettiness down to 1.5 frames per second? Obviously, PCs are a bit better nowadays, and probably the software is a bit better. But it's I don't see the point in the Minecraft 2. I think maybe they might at some point go, right, we're gonna leave one. Let's say they get to 1.9. They're going to go, right, 1.9. That is what's available if you've got this device, like let's say an Xbox One or PS4, or you've got a PC below this specs, and then we're going to go to a Minecraft 2.0. So there will be a Minecraft 2, but it will all be backwards compatible with 1.9 and all that. And so, there won't technically be a Minecraft 2. There will just be, like they did with GTA and the online, they just went, Xbox 360, ever so sorry, but we can't do all this for you.
Mm.
But you've got everything up until that point, and you can still play it. And I think if they carry on, if they do that, where they say like PS5, Xbox Series X, and PCs with a 2070 or above can go, right, we'll you can have Minecraft 2.0 or above, and then it will be the standard. The standard version will have shaders of some description.
Yeah.
I think that would be much better than just a Minecraft 2 where everybody goes, oh, well, this worked. I liked this in the old version. Oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. I don't like this. Oh, you should have done this. And so whether it's done by Notch or whether it's done by Minecraft, no. My opinion, no. Just make what you've got more expansive. Although I've got very old worlds on my Xbox version of Minecraft, and I love the simplicity of them. And I go in the modern one, and I'm like, what is all this stuff? I know I'm an old man, and I just moan and whatnot, but there's so many things. I've got a 6-year-old, for God's sake, who tells me what things are, and I'm like, but I'm the gaming dad. I do the gaming. He bloody tells me he's 6 years old, and I'm like, but I game. I'm the one with 1,000 games on Xbox and 1,000 games on Steam. I'm the one. I'm the one that tells you how to game and things. I do a gaming bloody podcast. You 6-year-old. And yet, now it's got to the point on Minecraft where we start a new world with him, and he's like, "Oh, but what's that?" And he's like, "Oh, well, that's this and this, and you can put this onto this, and it will do this." Really? Oh God! But some useless things are now useful, like lapis lazuli or lazuli, as people call it, is apparently used in something now. Whatever that is, I still don't know.
Anyways,
you don't really play Minecraft. Do you play Minecraft?
Mobile version.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Bedrock. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't mod it. I always have said I would like to see realistic water in Minecraft.
Oh, there's plenty of mods for that. If even on the mobile version, there is an app that I had that loaded in mods for you, and so it literally as easy as tap yes, I want that mod, and it would say load into Minecraft, boop, and it would open up Minecraft, load you into a world with that. And it was great actually because you could get worlds that were like pre-built. You could have lucky block mods and whatnot for free. And then all you had to do was load into that. And then you join that game on a console. And hey, presto, you've got free mods on. You don't have to pay for add-ons with a console Bedrock. So mods on mobile Bedrock version are mostly free. So there, little tip for you if you want some free TV mods instead of having to pay mine coins. My son very much enjoys. I've got a lucky block world, which is every single block in the whole world is a lucky block. So you do it, and you might get something like some tools, but equally you might have a giant zombie spawn or like a massive mansion spawn, or you might have 1,000 TNT spawn. He very much loves that because it's just incredibly random and quite good fun.
We play Bed Wars quite a lot. That's quite fun.
Oh, that's when you have like little islands, isn't it? You have to build over.
Yeah, you hide your bed and they have to find it and
destroy
you have to find theirs. What they don't realise is by the time they've built theirs, I've gone underneath their base and put TNT underneath it, and I tend just to blow it all up. So
I've never really played on many servers. I played on a few that had what they called Elytra races, but I think even they were the official ones when they were on the Xbox One. I think.
Yeah.
They were good fun. Sometimes quite hard. And I like occasionally now on Bedrock they have sort of special when there are updates. They'll have like a special world or something where they'll have mini games that you're joining. I normally do them because you get freebies if you join them. It'll be like, oh, do this and you get a skin. Okay. Not that I actually do any skins other than what I've got.
No, I don't either.
Okay.
Just keep it mega basic, but it still works. I think I've taken over a village at the moment in Minecraft, and I plan to. Well, I think I've just put it onto survival, and I died within minutes. So.
Well, anyway, so Minecraft 2, we're saying no. He should go for a new IP if he really wants to release a game. Oh, he's got $2.5 billion in the bank. Well, it's probably spent $1 billion now, but so fund your own game.
That's it. The man's minted for the rest of his days.
If you're a bit crazy, why don't you just go and have a chat with Elon Musk or something? You can be crazy with each other.
He's getting on my nerves at the moment, getting involved in all our politics. He needs to shut up.
Yeah. He's just he's less said about you, the better. Anyway, right. So we've had 45 minutes. So that's pretty good. Ooh. Right. Well, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all our listeners. And if you've got any questions or suggestions or review, and like and subscribe and all that kind of thing, focusongaming.co.uk. And we will see you in episode 77, which hopefully Martin will be back. If not, life is a bit busy for him at the moment. And we'll have a full review of a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Although we say quite a lot. And on that note,
till next time.
Bye.